Alright, here's a couple ways to make a bone-in shoulder roast, but without using a saw or anything. Here we'll just get on with it now. Take it off the deer and then go over it. Make sure if you got to scrape any hair or anything, make sure it's gone, because you can't just grind this up. This is the final product. So one of the first things I do is I come in here and just get my knife under that fat cap and take that off. That probably ain't gonna be a part of the end result, but still, that don't need to be going in burger and such. Next step, when you roll it on the back here, this blade bone comes up, and I'll try to peel some off to exaggerate it. You can see where that blade bone ends, then it turns into cartilage. Take your knife and go right down that seam as soon as I get started. Take that cartilage off. It's just unnecessary. Throw it to the side, go through it later. You also got a little gland or two right in here, and you can actually see them right there. And there's also normally on the front of it, there's just that gland in front of the shoulder, just like there's a gland in front of the hams right here normally. Remove that gland. But either way, it's just as simple as get your knife in there and just skate under it and take it out. Bam, gland out. Also, when you do that, you can see where the bone wiggles, and it's pretty obvious right here. You can see that blade bone coming up to the top of this arm bone right here. You can touch it this way, or you can just stick your knife in there and get in that joint. So do that, come back, hit this other side, roll it open. So from there you can come back and square it up, make it look pretty. Bam, that's a blade roast, it's easy. And then this bottom one is the complicated one. This one is rather complicated. This joint is really hard to move and see where it's at, and there's all these M-shaped bones and another one sticking up the back. This one sucks. So this is not entry level, that's an easy level roast. This one is not. But one way you can hit it, come in the back, using the back of that knife, you got to hit bone and come down this elbow right here. And in the front, you just have to do it a few times to know where these things are laying at. And they're still not easy, even when you do know and got a halfway idea of where they're at. But you can look in there and see that joint just a little bit moving. And even knowing where that joint's at, this is still going to suck. Take a tip of that knife and just work your blade back and forth, coming towards you. Or coming down. I mean, don't stab yourself. That's only a rookie would do that. Joke's on y'all, I stabbed myself a couple weeks ago in the thumb. But anyways, you just got to come up with it over the edge of the table, come back there, and that's another bone-in shoulder roast. It's lazy, it's ready to go. So Shazam. And tune in next week for a boneless neck roast.